Okay, I think I have everything set up. Let's. I do. Alright, so let me go back into Lightroom, make sure I have chosen what I want. I'm doing the Exquisite Corpse by Morbid Dinosaur and Jasmine Colors. It's where people get together and collaborate and work on one piece of art. Um, yes. There is something that I forgot to do. Just so you can see, though, that would look pretty boss in black and white, right? But anyway, getting back. Let's not get distracted. All right, so I was given this file that that we had to work on. I don't know why there are two of them up, but I'm not gonna mess with it. Anyway, let me turn this down some. It's like either I'm gonna have music or none at all. Like, okay, that's super low. I think you guys can hear that. All right, so the Exquisite Corpse is, like I said, where a bunch of people get together and they create a piece of art. And it's pretty cool. Like, you know, it's fun to work together and see where everybody else's mind would be with the same thing. My skills are different than everyone else's because I am more of a photographer than I am a drawing artist. Now, I am learning to draw, and when I say that, I mean that I'm still learning how to make circles. Now, you could think that that's amusing, but let me let you know that it is paramount that you understand how to draw a circle and a square and a triangle, and then take that into 3D form and make a sphere and a pyramid and a cube. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, then once you grasp that concept of drawing that, you have to understand concepts like drawing through a form and good Lord, there's so much involved in it. And shading. And your shading is not just a matter of what you see when you look at comic books or mangas and it's just in black and white. That's just part of shading. Shading is also with colors. So I don't know if you've ever watched people who color. Like Jasmo is a colorist. Like, she's phenomenal. And there is a skill to being able to color properly, and there's a skill. You know, everything is when it comes down to drawing or any kind of traditional art, it is, when they say to you that, you know, it's a matter of work, here it is, so you can really understand what I'm talking about. That's muscle memory. Okay, it's like when you first start doing math and you realize that math is actually a language, okay? And you start doing the problems, and the way for you to remember those problems is that you have to do them over and over and over again, which is why the teacher gives you busy work. The busy work isn't just to mess with you. The busy work is to make it so that it becomes automatic and that you don't have to think about it. That, you know, that information is so embedded in your head that you could just do it. Okay, so when you go online and you watch people who draw, you will see that their actions are repetitive and they do things over and over and over. You know, when they go to art school, they get assignments like, I want 100 of these pictures of an eye, and you're like, the teacher wants you to do what? When is this due? Oh no, by the end of the day. Or the teacher is like, I want to see your sketch pad, because he wants to see, are you drawing, and are you seeing, what are you looking at, and examining and breaking apart and seeing what you're drawing. So I only know all of this because, like I said, I know Morbid went to art school, and she would tell me about this. I, being a photographer, I have a different set of skills, but I have learned a lot about photography by trying to learn how to draw. Having said that, I have not learned how to draw yet. So I have to work my way into making this happen. Here's the thing. So I could probably do something like I guess more like a, not even a graphic designer, but kind of close to that. What I can do is I can do digital art. The problem is that I'm working with a program that I don't know anything about. So this has been a real learning process for me. And just trying to learn how to do something. So what I'm doing is making sure that there's no more pictures that I want to pull out that I could use. And honestly, as I go back, I look at this picture and I'm like, it has all of the colors, so I could probably do something with that. Maybe, I don't know. Here's the thing: if I punch it all the way up, I could probably do more with it because it's more definitive. Maybe, I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is export it and give it a unique name, because whatever. I'm too lazy to change it. I'm not going to go through the trouble of changing it. I'm not going to go through the trouble of creating a new file. I'm not doing it because I'm lazy. So what I'm going to do is export this. I made my decisions based on what I could do with it, and I had to really think it through. And so when I thought about it, what I should do is show you what I'm working with. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Gmail. I could have sworn I had this up, but of course, I'm in the middle of doing something, so therefore I'm never fully prepared. That's just my issue. All right, so all right, EC update, yay. All right, I'm gonna have to go down here to the invitation to collaborate. All right, let's open this back up again. This was sent through Gmail, and like literally I had no idea of what, even though the instructions were there. I am somebody who has to read something 1,000 times to understand something. So it was just like, basically it was like, take this picture and so let's see. I'm gonna pull up what we're doing here. All right. So basically, that's too. All right. So we're given this picture right here, guys. Oh, before I do that, let me show you right quick. You know, I like my music, just my no copyright sounds, keeps issues away. I listen to a lot of different music, but when I'm streaming, it's just so much easier just to go here. I like the music, so why not? All right. So I have to make a brush. That's what that's all about. But let's getting back to this. All right. So here's the figure. This is the first thing. Exquisite Corpses. Um, Let me give you a little rundown on it because I looked it up and it's harder to yes, I have a Tumblr. Of course I do. All right. So as you can see, that the Exquisite Corpse is an elaborative poetry game. That's how it started. That traces its roots to the Parisian surrealistic movement. The Exquisite Corpse is played by several people, each of whom writes a word on a sheet of paper, folds the paper to conceal it, passes it on to the next player for his or her contribution. But in art, it is something a little different. No, it's the same, but the results are things like this. Sometimes that's we did two that were pretty much like this, where you could see that it's connecting pieces, everybody was adding something to it, but they decided to do something a little bit different, a little bit more original. They put in parameters so that we would all be able to run with what we know. So therefore, having explained it to you, I'm going to come back and show you this. So this is what we're working with. And these are the colors that we're working with. These are the colors that we're working with. And basically what this means is pick a piece of the piece and then put what you want in that piece. They don't care, just put what you want. So I am in a quandary, and I'm going to explain this to you. As you can see, I can take this and I could put this in here. Whatever I decide to put in there, I would have to work with their colors. The darkest color that they have is this one. So getting back to this picture, I could take something like that and stick that right into here, and people can work around it, because we're talking about dark colors. We're talking about it being a sphere. It can be done several ways. Gonna move that out of the way so that now that you know what I'm working with here, if you can get the idea. All right, so that could happen. But I think what I'm gonna end up doing is, like, for instance, I looked at a lot of horizon lines, because I thought that a horizon line, and this one would be super easy because I would just make everything dark, because a horizon line or a point of perspective where you're looking down a street or a tunnel or whatever would look really good in said ball. But then I was like, I'm kind of overthinking it, even though I would have to, oh God, I would have to change the colors. There, do you remember seeing pinks in that? I do not, you know what I mean? And I have a lot of things to choose from, because even a bad picture is not a bad picture because you can always use it for texture. So, what I did was, let me go all the way back to the way back. And by no means is this all of my pictures now. So why don't I use a silhouette like that? Because it's the wrong colors, and I'm not going through the drama of changing those colors. I could do what I'm going to do with it. Does that make sense? Mac. Let me show you the coolest dog in the world. This is Macintosh. We loved him dearly. He passed away. He was awesome. Mac, we love you, Mac. He was the coolest dog in the whole world. I know I've had other dogs. I would have said Puasco was the coolest dog in the world. But Mac, we had Mac like forever, a million years. And Mac was awesome, dude. You guys just don't know. He loved to chase cars. The epitome of a dog that chased cars. There's nothing we could do to stop that fool from chasing cars. Nothing. It was so well known about Mac chasing or racing the cars and motorcycles that we live next to it. We live around a lot of soldiers because it's a military town. And they're young, so they have their rev up cars and their motorcycles. They would look for the dog to see if he was out there when they were on their motorcycles, to see, because they know that Mac would race them down the street and they would just take off. It was great. It's pretty great. They would be gleeful, guys, dudes are dudes, they would be happy and he would be happy and we'd be screaming at the dog, oh, damn it, Mac, get out of the street, bastard, gonna get hit by a car. And he did. He did get hit by a car. Are we bad owners? Well, Mac lived to be about, gosh, he was like 5 when we got him, and then and he lived with us for like 14 years because he was a rescue from like Hurricane Fran, I think, or something like that. Katrina, I don't remember. He came from Florida, and he was at the no-kill animal shelter, and I took him home. We went, actually, I saw him at PetSmart, and I asked the lady, because my son wanted to get a Jack Russell, because way back in the way back, I don't know if you guys would remember, but there was a movement. I mean, it was almost like a meme, but it was a video, and this guy was talking about owning a Macintosh computer, and I guess it was called the Macintosh Rant. And he is talking about how there's something, and I was telling you to fix your computer over in a corner, jump up and down like a Jack Russell Terrier. And that is really how my son was like, if I get a dog, I want, and these are the days of Wishbone, you know what I mean? So like kids were really into Jack Russells. And then I saw him, and he didn't look like what we automatically constituted as a Jack Russell. He was a wire-haired Jack Russell. And what am I looking for right now? I'm actually looking for something. I took these in the fog. So, see? Because I was trying to find shapes. So I go out in the fog. I thought that one was pretty cool. Anyway, so that's how we ended up with Macintosh. That's how he got his name. That's why we chose him. All of those things. So ultimately, actually, I'm going through, and I have 10,000 pictures I have to go through. So I have to like go into my mental thing and try to remember exactly where I was, when I was. this pretty much, I want to say this kind of loads it in order of when the shots were taken as you put them in here. If I had them organized in folders, which you can do. Okay, let me show you right quick. I know this computer's like, okay, give me a freaking minute, woman. All right. See? This right here. This is how it's organized it. I told it to look in all photographs because I wanted to be able to go through it. I have a lot of photographs that I work with. I'll go out and take hundreds and hundreds of photographs all the time. And because I'm still, you'll learn. Like, you never stop learning. Ever. Ever. It's art. It goes on forever. It'll never stop. It'll just keep going. No, I'm way off. Let me go all the way up here. This must be a film. Okay, I was about to say it must be like some kind of a movie thing. I know you're like, what am I skipping over? Well, I can show you what. Let me see, because I have to be careful what I show you. I know you're like, because I'm one to skipping a few, 99, 1000. I absolutely am. Because these are shots of the model Tai Chi. And, some of them she doesn't necessarily have a lot of clothes on. So I can't just pop that up there. I mean, there's nothing really showing, but, well, to me, even if you were completely naked, that wouldn't faze me because I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at your shapes. I had considered these. Let me tell you about what happens when you're a photographer and things that make you cry. So I bought a scan disc, and it was a piece of crap. And there was this sunset. Now, there's a lake not far from us. This is Lake Rim. And this sunset was amazing, as you can see. And the reflections were perfect in the water. And this is all I got because everything that came after this was corrupted. This is it. This is as far as I got. But I had taken hundreds of pictures. I stood there until the sun went down. When I got back home and found out that all of those amazing pictures were destroyed, dude, I literally cried. I'm not kidding. I'm not going to lie, because they were so amazing. But it happens. Things happen all the time. All you can do is just learn from that. You call it, you just say, oh, well, that didn't work out for me, and you just keep going. What I'm looking for right now are yet another group of pictures that I did in the fog. Now you're like, what am I going? I have thousands, like I said. This isn't even a full portion of what I have. This is the model Tai Chi. Oh, thank goodness. Let me hurry up. Quick, before they ban me or something. No, quick. They'll say, no, we saw. And I'm like, no, you didn't see. You didn't see. There's nothing there. Fortunately, she covers everything. You just see shapes. Let me go back down here. Let's go down. I wonder, am I in the right thing? Let me turn it off. All right. So, yes, this is where my son graduated. This is at a wedding where my other son was speaking. He was the best man for this guy, his ace boom cooney. Well, one of his ace boom coonies. But anyway, getting back to what I'm looking for. You know your work when you see it. You know what I mean? Like, you go through it. And this is at a wedding. I told you guys about this chick. She is a photographer. I'm going to one day learn her name. The pictures that she took at this wedding ended up in Martha Stewart. I was fortunate enough to be there to take pictures. She gave me a lot of insight. She was adorable. Oh gosh, she was just a sweet. But then so were these people. This was like, this wedding was great, you know. My favorite picture out of the whole wedding is when he finally said, "You may kiss the bride," and he kissed the bride. And the preacher's face, dude, like he was like, ah, you know, and it was just very, very cute. Look, look, he's like, look, they're so cute because they actually were very cute. The the groom had messed up a little bit, and he had said something, and it was absolutely adorable. So we were just sitting there giggling because they were kissing for so long, and everybody was happy for them. And but you know, it was a wonderful wedding, and she was a beautiful bride, and he was a handsome groom, and everybody was very sweet. But going back to, I posted these in my Facebook. If you want to see them, you're more than welcome to go look. I'm pretty sure they're public because I wanted to make sure that the bride and the groom would be able to find these pictures if they so wanted to. Alright, so let's go through. And see, I'm working with stuff like, I'm looking for something that's something like this, but what I think I'm going to end up doing is working with I took these pictures in the fog yet again, but see if I'm really, really looking for them for you. Because I went through them last night, okay? So, I mean, I don't want to lie to you or anything. I went through them last night. Actually, this is during an ice storm. And I know what I wanted out of the picture. I just didn't get what I wanted out of the picture. It just didn't end up like that. At all. I think I was messing around with my fisheye. Let's go down. Down. Keep going. Okay, I had considered the moon. I had considered putting the moon in there. Probably specifically this picture because I thought it was cool. There was a little airplane in it, and I just like the shape of the cloud as it was laying over the moon. You could see the moon pretty good. Then, of course, I have other moon pictures, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is going with these. And the reason why I made that decision is that they have very strong shapes. Do you see what I'm saying? For instance, you have to imagine this on a globe, or even going up the legs of this guy right here. I could make a whole outfit out of this right here, simply because it is shapes. I would take them not to I would take them to black and white, and then what I would have to do is, again, as they are black and white, let me see, I would have to Remember when I was talking about the darkest color that they have? Because they are very adamant about these colors, guys. Pretty serious. I would have to work with the darkest colors they have, and that would either be this one, or this one. And I could maybe use that one. I could even use this one. As you can see, these would be, this would be the color palette that I would use for the stamps that I'm going to make, because that would probably be the wisest decision, is to turn these into stamps and either set this stamp to where you're looking at the globe. Okay, as you can see, here's the, all right, so either this can go into this globe as a stamp, like I mean, I could literally put the picture in there and all that, but nah, why would I do that? Because then you're talking about things like the transform tool versus an eraser. And why do I say that? All right. Okay. A picture can be bent and morphed with a transform tool, and I can use an eraser with it. Or I can just turn it into a stamp and use that stamp like any other stamp, or any other stamp, okay? And stamp it on here. Now, it would depend on which one would make the better stamp. Would it be this one, where I can actually use these shapes going up the body of this person here? I could have this even, you know, on the hands like gloves, or even like a suit, you know, unless you, it would almost look like black lightning going up the body if you look at it. You know, if you look at, move this out of the way again, guys. So if you look at this shape right here, let's flip it, shall we? You know how much I love to flip it. Now, how is that? Vertical. All right. So this shape is pretty strong. This shape is really strong. That shape right there is strong in a way that if I were to see how this is almost a circle, I could literally just lay that inside of this, the globe. Where are you at? Oh, it's the wrong one, guys. Sorry, I grabbed the wrong one. All right. So, all right. So I could literally lay it inside of the globe right here, as you can see. But that would take up a lot. So, you know, now like I said, and I've got the colors. So I'm at a loss as to actually which one to do. I won't know until I pull it out. So I did these last night. There were others, but like for instance, this one right here, it's a cool shot, you know, it's fog, right? But I need it to be very, very definitive, like hardcore. This one was more hardcore. This would look great in the globe. So this is the choice that I'm making right now. Do I put it in a globe? Do I put it on the body? If I put it in the globe, yes, I can use a picture. It's black and white. I turn it into a stamp. Bada bing, bada boom. Use the colors on the thing. I got to turn it into stamp anyway. So when I think about it, like really, because I got to use those colors. So turn it into a stamp and have it look like there is a passageway going down the middle of the circle. Or I can turn this one into a stamp and put it on the body. And now that you've seen the two that I've really made my decision on, because I literally did, as if you can remember, like when I turned on the computer, I had up these. And the reason why I had these up is because this is just the laziest thing in the world. I can make it look like he had a full up fish tank of jellyfish, because if you look at it, it's a circle. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't go, man, it's just like, how complicated would it be? And wait, all of the colors right there. See all of the colors right there. Right there in the shot. Like, that could be so easy. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and export that out. Did I export this yet? I probably did, but I'll export it again. Use unique shapes. And then my next move is to go into GIMP. I'm going to do that later on today. And I'm going to make brushes. And then my decision will be between the three pieces. Do I want stamps or do I want to use the whole piece? If you have an idea, if you think that it would be a good idea to put this in, do this a different way, let me know. If you think that the stamps are better than just the picture, tell me that. Just like hit me up and go, yo, you need to go ahead and do that with the picture. Or, hey, that it's just way too blurry. Just go with the stamps. So, and that's the reason why I don't really use this picture, is that it's blurry. But because of that, I can actually make it look more cartoony, I guess. You know? I mean, I could. Literally, I could. If I were using Photoshop, but I'm using GIMP. So here's the thing about GIMP. GIMP is pretty much the same same program as Photoshop. It's just that everything is everywhere else, and there is to this issue. Just so you know that I'm not just lazy. I actually have really good reasons for what I do. All right, so let me exit this. Let me open up GIMP right quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, my music. Where's my music? I dare this thing to open up on the second screen. I will just look at this like, have you lost your mind today? Windows 10. Can we all agree that it's a piece of shit? Can we? Can we just say that? Is that okay? Because I hate it. I don't like it at all. Its workflow is garbage. You know, you have to think too much. I'm sorry. I've been spoiled in the age of the internet. I like things to be instantaneously much easier. I'm pathetic. I know. It's all right. It is okay. What happened here? It said sorry about that. This video is private, so I don't know what happened here on my music, but that's fine. That's fine. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you know what? I was in a really short list anyway, so let me back up. I literally like this music. It's so chill. But I'm a person who will sit up and listen to wind chimes and rain you know, stuff like that. I listen to music from all over the world. I really wish I could share it with you. Gosh, I wish I could share it with you. But if I did, you'd be like, if you don't turn that damn K-pop off, and I'd be like, what? Cause this is this is J-pop, okay, or this is C-pop, or this is T-pop. And then there's I don't know what they call the pop music in Thailand, except for Thailand pop music. Um, I started listening to all of that stuff way back in the MySpace days. Like way back, dude. Long time ago in the galaxy far, far away is when I listened. All right? We're talking about olden days. All right, guys. Let me see, what am I looking at here? You know, Tobu is nice. I don't like to listen to the a lot of the rap while I'm working, because rap music is, they have it's words and poetry, lyrics, or lyrical melodic poetry, and so it makes me think too much. I would be thinking more about what the rap music was saying than what I'm doing, so I don't listen to it while I'm working. Any other time, Snoop Dogg, woo, 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 you know what I mean? But not right now. I think I just did. I just freaking do this. I did. I just like melodic dubstep. I just do. Um, I'm trying to keep it mellow. So, and trap is hardly mellow. Indie dance, electronic is. I guess I could use that. Yeah, I like I said, you know, I pretty much you can't kind of go wrong. All right. Always, every time this song comes on, I feel like I should be like stirring a bowl of pancake mix or something, like, you know, and then doing that fast forward thing where I pour it into little molds and then bake pancake cupcakes or something, because it just comes across like that. I don't know. All right. So according to um, Jake Day Williams, I was watching his tutorial on how to create brushes. He is on YouTube. Learn GIMP tutorial day 15. Uh, have I gone all throughout the days? Sadly, I have not. I have a tendency to go to the title of the one that I need. I'm wrong for that. I know. Okay? I do know this. I'll admit to my faults. All right, so what it says, and I also go to the GIMP.org site. So what it says is there is since I can't play uh, the Learn GIMP tutorial out loud where you guys can hear it, as far as I know, unless I have permission from Jake Day Williams, I'm going to go by the instructions specifically on GIMP.org 9.2, to create a brush quickly, the super fast method. So it says first, you have an image area you want to make the brush from. All right, so what I guess numero uno is to open an image. I want to do. Nope, that's Macan. That's Alexandria Reed. Alexandria Reed. I admire that young lady. What the heck? I do. She is a young lady from the United States who went to Korea to be a J-pop star. And I'm like, wow, that's like some serious cojones right there. English final project. In fact, let's see where. If you haven't if you've never heard her music or you don't know who that is, look her up. Her name is Alexandria Reed. Uh, and she's very very funny girl, very very beautiful girl. Um, did I put it in here? Nah, I probably put it in here. No, I didn't. Did I? Did I? Did I? No. Where did I put it? Where did my lazy ass put it? Why is this playing? Please don't tell me that this didn't do it, because then I'd be like, why? Why? Why do you torment me so? And literally, this is like, no, no. You're lying to me. What am I doing right now? I'm looking. I'm looking for where it should be, but for some reason it didn't come out that way. I don't know why. Oh, really? Let me tell this to open and see what's going on here. It's there. That's the weirdest thing. I don't know. The preview didn't pop up. All right. All right, so it says select it with the rectangular or the elliptical tool, then do copy of this selection immediately. You can see that the copy. So I'm going to get my select tool, and on here that is, let's read the instructions. Select tool, which one are you? Crop. That's not what you said to get, is it? Paths. Foreground select tool, select a region containing foreground objects. We're gonna go with this one. This is the one. Hey, it's got the lasso on it, so this really could be the one. All right, so I'm gonna select a huge. Oh my God, jeez, help me. All right, all right. Undo, undo history, edit, undo history. God, come on, undo. Jeez. All right. I honestly don't know how to go back on this. Whoa. All right. So I get what it's trying to tell me to do. All right. So I'm willing to bet you this is the wrong tool. But see what I need, it says to that copy should pop up, but nah, bro, it is not there. So this must not be the correct one. And it's so different in Photoshop. Oh God, guys, you have no idea. Selection tools, rectangle. I know you're like, what kind of a... I'm using a mouse. What kind of a drawing in this? Shut up. I'm using a mouse. And see, here's the thing. Okay, guys. All right. I'm done. I'm screwing this up. What in the world? God, come on. It's like you don't even know what you're doing. Shut up, thing. So you can't use the. Oh, okay. I was about to say you can't use the escape tool. Yes, you can. Let me. Oh God, help me. Why? Why must it be so friggin' complicated, guys? This is not what I want. Escape. Escape. Escape, escape, escape. Select, edit, undo free select. Okay. This is not going to work. Then you can see that the copy is okay. Select it with the rectangle tool. Blah, 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 blah. The rectangle tool. Tools. Selection tools. Rectangle select. Look at that. See what happens when you read directions? Alright. So select this. Then do a copy of this selection. So Control C. Nope. No. Why would it be something that simple? I don't know, you know, like really. Copy. And do a copy of the selection immediately. You can see this copy in the first position of the brush dialog. I do see it. There we go. Well, let's try something then. New. Yeah. I don't care. You're trying to create it. Okay, well, I'm sorry. It's like, are you insane? Shut up. With 1,000. Height 800. That's not really that big, guys, but you know, whatever. Alright, so it's there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the paintbrush tool. And I'm going to pick that. And then I'm going to... What is this madness? Is this tiny as hell? Am I tripping? Why is it so small? I feel bad for you guys who are frustratingly with me on this fool's errand of trying to figure out how to make this damn thing work. Discard changes. Okay. First of all, you didn't do my whole selection, you bastard. What's this? What's that? File. New. Bitch. Why do you have to be so big? Just... By 800. Okay. This is like my go-to size. Because really, come on. And we're going to go here. And we're going to pick you. And then we're going to... Uh-huh. You're garbage. I hate you. Discard changes. Guys, this might take a lot longer than I thought. Alright. What I'm not understanding is It says that the clipboard is 1024 by 1024. But see, here's another problem too. So let me show you what happens with my pen tool. All right. So I could be in here with my pen tool. See, I got my little pen tool. Now watch. I'll go all the way down to the bottom of the page. And sometimes I can do the whole bottom of the page. Like I can work here. I can draw here. But I want you to look at... Let me see if I can do something here. In fact, let me open up a new one. And I want you to see what I'm talking about. File. New. No. This is like, what? Why? Why do you pop up that damn big? I just don't get it. 800. So, all right. Let's bring you back over here. And it literally does not matter which pen tool I have or anything, but this is easy for you to see. All right. So let's just start let's just start putting these on here. What do you see where the arrow is? I mean, in other words, do you see where the little paintbrush tool thing is on here? And then you see the star. So you have to imagine, like, I'm trying to draw, and do you see how it gets wider as I go down? That has to do with calibration. That's what I've been told. So I'm kind of working with a nightmarish handicap, because when I set this up, this is on 2 separate screens. And I'm asking the computer to do something I don't know how to ask it to do, really. On my Wacom tablet, I am working in a very small space. Very small space, because the Wacom, whatever, is reading the whole 2 screens as one big screen. So when I'm just in one piece of a screen, I'm in a very small corner of my Wacom tablet rather than the whole thing. The only way to fix that, I have been told, is that I would be streaming from 2 separate computers. One computer would be dedicated to streaming, and the other computer would be dedicated to working, and you could see the stream. Does that make sense? In other words, instead of it being 2 screens from one computer, it would just be 2 separate screens from 2 separate computers. Very plausible, because I have 2 separate computers right here next to me. It's just that I'm not even sure how exactly that it's going to be set up, because that's not what I do. Anyway, so what I'm trying to show you is that, so when I'm drawing, I can only draw to right, where is it? Right there, and it disappears. This is the bottom of my screen. If I go past that, it's gone. Do you see? It's just not there. So I'm working in very limited space. Another one of the reasons why I call foul when I'm messing around with GIMP, because I don't know if it's just a GIMP thing, or if it's just the calibration thing, or if it's a computer thing. I am trying to figure it out, and I will over time. It's just a learning curve, part of the learning curve, you know. It's one of those things. You might hear me fuss and cuss and, you know, talk mad shit, but I have to figure out how to work my way around it. So currently, right now, I am I want this to be a brush, and then I can use it. So I'm just going to have to figure that out, guys. But right now, I actually have to leave you, because I have to do some more reading, figure out exactly how to get this done. I'm not going to have you sit here and read with me as I go through every single instruction on here. I read some last night. I watched the videos last night. It's because of that calibration problem with my Wacom tablet. not as easy a fix as it may seem. I would have to do a lot of my work with my mouse versus using my Wacom. And the only time I would really use my Wacom is if I is when I'm actually drawing on the piece. But just to get that pulled up. And here's the crazy thing. I don't this is not like this is so like but yet unlike Photoshop. It's very hard to describe it to you. The flow is different and it seems like I'm learning from the bottom up, you know what I mean? Like I'm looking at all of these different selections up here and I'm like, okay, well it's kind of like that in Photoshop, but in Photoshop it is so easy to make a brush. Like it's I can make a brush in like 10 seconds in Photoshop. Like, bam, bam, boom. Like, let me pull it up. All right, let me get my levels together. Okay, now that I have it the way I want it, let me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and create brush, and boom, done. Brush is made, son. You know, it's it's ABC. In GIMP, it is not. And I can whine about it all I want, but this is the program that I'm using right now, so I have to learn this program. It's just that the learning curve is steep with the Force, my young Padawans. So, anyway, I am going to leave you for right now, and I will, as I have accomplished more, I will do more. And tonight I will probably finish this up. Yeah, I'll finish it up. And then I was supposed to do it on Wednesday, but I'll just just do it today. So guys, till next time, be there, be square, party on, go to my dashboard. Bye guys.